the channel for westerns and more.
About a 90 barrel. Ought to breach in about 10 seconds.
He'll make about 90 barrels. Ought to breach any second now.
Easy.
Roles. Richard Widmark was hesitant about, but performed. Widmark was known to be selective about his roles, often resisting typecasting as a villain after his iconic debut as Tommy Udo in Kiss of Death, 1947. However, sources primarily discuss roles he played, his career trajectory, and his reluctance to take on certain types of characters rather than explicit instances of turning down roles he later accepted. Today, I am focusing on roles Widmark was hesitant about, or initially resisted, but ended up performing. If you enjoyed this video, hit notification to get my new videos. Check out my channel and Facebook page. The links are in the description. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Let's get started.
I hate to say anything good about that, but the second
Tommy Udo in Kiss of Death, 1947. Widmark almost didn't play this career-defining role as the psychopathic killer Tommy Udo. Director Henry Hathaway thought Widmark's high forehead and intellectual appearance made him unsuitable, preferring a local New York character, Harry the Hipster. Studio head Darryl F. Zanuck overruled Hathaway, insisting Widmark be cast. Widmark himself didn't explicitly turn it down, but the director's resistance and Widmark's inexperience, it was his first role, suggested he wasn't the obvious choice, and he faced challenges during filming, with Hathaway giving him a terrible time. Why he did it? Widmark was under contract with 20th Century Fox, and Zanuck's decision forced the casting. Despite the initial pushback, Widmark's performance was a sensation, earning him a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year and an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Controversy. The role's sadistic nature, particularly the infamous scene where Udo pushes a wheelchair-bound woman, Mildred Dunnock, down a staircase, made Widmark uncomfortable with the public's perception of him as a villain. Ray Bindle in No Way Out, 1950. Widmark played a racist thug who spews vile slurs at a black doctor, Sidney Poitier, in this racial melodrama. He was appalled at the character's racism and did not want to take on the role due to its offensive nature and his personal liberal beliefs. However, he was under a 7-year contract with 20th Century Fox. He had little choice but to accept it. Why he did it? Contractual obligations compel Widmark to perform, though he apologized to Poitier after every scene, reflecting his discomfort. The two became lifelong friends, and Widmark's performance was praised for its intensity, though it reinforced his early typecasting as a villain. Controversy. The film's raw depiction of racism was groundbreaking, but polarizing, and Widmark's role as a bigot was so convincing that it led to audience hostility, with one person slapping him in public, mistaking him for his character.
Somebody stop him! Stop him!
You shut up. Anything wrong, Doc?
He's dead.
He killed him! He killed him, I tell you, I saw him! He took it out on Johnny. He wanted it to be me, but he took it out on Johnny. I'll get you for this, you black rat. If they hang me, I'll get you for it. Johnny. Johnny! Johnny! Oh, Johnny.
Dan Lunsford in Down to the Sea in Ships, 1949. This was Widmark's first starring role as a heroic figure, playing a valiant whaler. Director Henry Hathaway, who had previously clashed with Widmark on Kiss of Death, again did not want him to play the role, believing he was better suited to villainous parts. Widmark himself was eager to break away from psychotic roles, but the sources suggest Hathaway's reluctance created tension, implying Widmark wasn't the perfect choice. Why he did it? Studio pressure and Widmark's desire to diversify his roles led him to accept. Darryl Zanuck's support was key in casting him, and the film marked a turning point, showcasing his versatility. Life magazine highlighted the role as Widmark, the movie villain, goes straight. Controversy? While not controversial in content, the casting decision was contentious due to Hathaway's doubts, and the film's success helped Widmark escape typecasting. The Dauphin in St. Joan, 1957. Widmark took on the challenging role of the Dauphin in Otto Preminger's adaptation of George Bernard Shaw's play, a film that was a notorious flop. Sources indicate Widmark pushed himself to take this unconventional role, suggesting hesitation due to its departure from his typical tough guy or heroic parts, and the project's risky nature. Why he did it? Widmark's desire to stretch his acting range and work with a prestigious director like Preminger likely motivated him to accept. Despite the role's thankless nature, the film's failure didn't reflect on Widmark's performance, but highlighted his willingness to take risks. Controversy? The film itself was controversial for its poor reception and mishandling of Shaw's text, with Widmark's casting seen as part of the misstep, though he wasn't singled out for criticism. Jim Bowie in The Alamo, 1960. Widmark played Jim Bowie in John Wayne's patriotic epic, a role he accepted despite personal and political differences with Wayne, a staunch conservative, while Widmark was a liberal Democrat. Sources note Widmark never thought much of the film and found the production challenging, particularly due to Wayne's clashes with John Ford, who offered unsolicited advice. Widmark's involvement in this ode to suicidal patriotism suggests reluctance, as it didn't align with his personal views. Why he did it? Professional commitment and the opportunity to work in a high-profile project likely persuaded Widmark. Despite his reservations, his performance alongside Chill Wills was considered a highlight of an otherwise uneven film. Controversy? The film's glorification of American heroism and historical inaccuracies were debated, and Widmark's liberal stance made his participation in Wayne's vision contentious in hindsight. Richard Widmark's career was marked by struggles against typecasting and selective role choices, but explicit instances of him turning down roles he later performed are rare. Today's examples reflect situations where he faced resistance from himself or others, but took the roles due to contractual obligations, studio pressure, or a desire to diversify his portfolio.
Followed with dispatch, the Generalissimo will be reduce the mission by assault. There will be no quarter given. Columna a la derecha.
If you enjoyed this video, hit notification to get my new videos. Check out my channel and Facebook page. The links are in the description. Please comment, like, share and subscribe. I appreciate it. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
What do you... Anything good about that? When the chicken eggs? And he does know the short way to start over.
The channel for westerns and more.